Why is Psycho considered the blueprint for slasher horror? Imagine a film that changed everything about how horror stories are told. That film is Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, released in 1960. It's often called the starting point for the slasher genre, and there are good reasons for that. First, Psycho introduced a human killer as the main villain. Before this, horror movies mostly had supernatural monsters or creatures. Norman Bates, the killer in Psycho, was a normal man with deep psychological issues. This made the horror more believable and complex. Audiences could connect with him in a way they never could with monsters. Psycho also set the stage for what would become the slasher subgenre. It popularized the idea of a silent, mysterious killer who stalks victims, especially young women. This idea became a core element of many slasher films that followed. The film's famous shower scene is a perfect example. It shows graphic violence with quick cuts and a haunting score that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. This scene changed how horror movies use suspense and violence to shock audiences. Another reason Psycho is considered a blueprint is that it pushed past what was allowed in movies at the time. It challenged the strict rules of the Hays Code, which limited what could be shown on screen. Psycho included nudity, sexual themes, and taboo subjects, opening the door for more explicit horror films later on. It also blended horror with psychological thriller elements, focusing on the mental state of its characters. This added a new layer of depth to horror movies, making them not just about scares but about exploring human minds. Many later horror films, like Halloween and Scream, borrowed ideas from Psycho. They used the silent killer, the suspenseful build-up, and the shocking violence. Overall, Psycho laid the foundation for the slasher films that would dominate the horror scene for decades. Its influence is clear in how horror movies evolved to become more intense, psychological, and suspenseful. That's why it's called the blueprint for slasher horror.